Up to the stop sign. Up to the rewind. Up to the that's how I shine. That's how I shine. Green line. Up to the stop sign. Up to the rewind. Up to the that's how I shine. That's how I shine. Green line. Up to the stop sign. Up to the rewind. Up to the that's how I shine. That's how I shine.
Falling out of that moving car like a movie star. Apart from my grazed knees, I feel pretty cool. Been swinging chairs since high school, my teachers hate me. But now I'm in some band, so don't underrate me. I'm patiently impatient, don't like to wait and see. I needed doubt in my 20s.
Put it on the table, don't you ask me twice, because the table is crawling with nonsense. And I won't say yes second time, cause I downright nearly lost my mind. Put it on the table, don't you ask me twice, because the table is crawling with questions. And I surround myself with good these days, cause the trouble will take you far astray. Far astray. Bringing me down, not picking me up, yeah. Giving, or just kicking a can down the road. Telling me yes when it really ain't it. And I don't wanna stay in this place, no. Bringing me down, not picking me up, yeah. Or just kicking a can down the road. Telling me yes when it really ain't it. So I put it on the table, I won't ask you twice, because I'm grown and I've been here before. It's been too long and life's too short. Not picking me up, yeah. I'm just kicking a can down the road. Telling me yes when it really ain't it. And I don't wanna stay in this place, no.
And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be, all stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, Peter, you can dress it up any way you like, but we all know what we're in for.
And there's no point trying to pretend otherwise. No disguising the edginess that's swirling around us here.
No, these teams only know one way to play each other.
It is a true heavyweight clash. So we're very much on the way now. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Mbappe is onto this. Yamal. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Frankie de Jong is another brilliant prospect to come out of the Dutch system. He's someone I see as a real pivot in the team. His position is obviously central and deep in midfield, and he'll be providing the creative and incisive passes.
Ferran Torres! Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Rashford goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rafinha. Each side mirroring the other in terms of chances created here, one each for now. Koundé makes the interception. Rafinha. Now it's Ferran Torres. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. So we're still where we started right now. Valverde. Oh, that was vital. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Madrid clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Bellingham. Now it's Bellingham. Madrid have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. They've played it short. Played out wide. Bellingham. Vinicius goes for a shot! There's a goal! Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Lovely, now then. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. There's the shot! Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Bellingham. De Jong gets across to intercept that. Pedri. 30 minutes gone. This is a promising build-up. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that is a good ball to... He's had a shot! And it's there! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
No way through. Yamal. And it's Pedri. This is De Jong. Bellingham. Tchouameni. Rafinha running with intent. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rafinha. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Yamal. That's good running with the ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And here's Mbappe. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the referee says that is that for the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it sets up a very entertaining second half, Peter. Who's going to make the first move, trying to win this, and how they might find a way to sustain good pressure.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. The second half is up and running. Nicely shaped ball. Just the keeper in his way. Tries a shot, and he's done it!
Well, Peter, talk about how to make a difference. He made the best of this period when quite a few players had barely settled back into the game. Some brilliant work from the skipper here.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they made...
And a chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
It's their second corner of the game. Rashford with the short one. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Now it's Ferran Torres. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rashford. Thinks about the shot at goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression. That dugout has had some relief, at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Valverde. And here's Rodrigo. And he's being shifted off it. Bellingham. And it's Valverde. Here's a chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
De Jong. The muscular approach does pay off here. Now it's Rashford. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time. Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And it's made its way to him. He's onside. Can he finish? Oh, it's hit the post. Yamal. Now it's Rashford. That's been cut out, well played. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde has created one goal already. Bellingham. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good take in a good area. And the shot! Rafinha. Rafinha makes a dash for it. Rashford. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Rafinha. He's got plenty of space out wide here. That's the keeper's ball. Koundé into the last quarter of an hour. Ferran Torres, Rafinha.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
That's a real chance! And that's a tidy finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Valverde. Madrid are looking to break at pace. Tries to play it through. Shapes to shoot! Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
De Jong. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, played right into his path. Araujo. Koundé goes long. Now it's Pedri. Now it's Pedri. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Bellingham. It's Vinicius Junior. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rafinha. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Rashford. And the number on the board is 3. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. So that's it. It is all over. Madrid really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Saka tries to play it through. Rice, some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Zubimendi. Gyökeres. Valverde. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Gabriel cuts it out. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now then, the ball's come loose. And here's Vinicius Junior. Shoots! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Calafiori.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
This looks promising. Goes back. And here's Vinicius Junior.
Arsenal definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Eder Militao. Madrid are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Alexander-Arnold, and here's Rodrigo. Valverde. Valverde gets on his bike and on the move. He's going for goal! Timber. Saka. And he's forced to go back. Saliba. Pressing high and with purpose. Saka. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Bellingham. And it's Valverde. Here's Tchouaméni. And that has been slung wide. 15 minutes till half-time. He's in a great position here. Oh, he's having a go! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And that could set him on his way. Oh, super ball! Oh, shooting chance! And there's a goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won.
He's having a pop! There was plenty of power on that.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And it's been taken short. Rice, rapid and full of intent. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe. Valverde. Mbappe. Calafiori kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rodrigo. Calafiori proves too strong. Tchouaméni makes the interception. Valverde. Bellingham. That's a good ball. And that is the end of the first half. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. So there was the first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Madrid ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. So straight into the second half. He'll try from distance!
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Mbappe. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that's an excellent interception. Havertz.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Alexander-Arnold spots it and intercepts. Great ball, and he's in here. Big chance! No, just not quite.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And it's Rice. Arsenal couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Gyökeres has found the net here, of course. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Thinks about them. And the shot! And no mistake. And this is getting better and better. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Timber. Good purposeful running this. Looking to play him in. Havertz is flagged offside. Eder Militao. Well read, nice interception. And here's Havertz. Little pass back. Alexander-Arnold. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Rice producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Well, played right into his path. Goes for a shot! And that's a sharp finish. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Arsenal cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Oh, good take and a good air. Takes a shot! In he goes again. It's a goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Madrid now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
He's having a shot! And how did he not put that away?
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Vinicius Junior is onto it in a flash. Saka. Now it's Havertz. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Havertz. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Havertz. And it's Eze.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Great chance! It's in! Deep, deep into injury time!
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Arsenal give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed.
And that's that. Madrid have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
He's had a shot! Goal! Arsenal! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And he's picked it up out wide. Eze.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Now it's Saka. Havertz. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Eder Militao. And he's been shifted off it. Eze. Gyökeres. Can he finish? Rodrigo. Valverde. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent.
Madrid really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Rice. Gyökeres! Just off target.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Chouameni. And it's Rice. Alexander-Arnold. Saka.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Havertz. Rice. Tries a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Rice plays it short. Timber's cross. Rudiger getting this one clear. Big chance! And yes, it's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Rodrigo. Valverde. And he can thump it away. That's a throw. He's picked his way through. Oh, he's played it in low. Zubimendi can get it clear. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Great ball, and he's a chance! Relentless! Just relentless! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of...
Oh, shooting chance! Rodrigo goes short. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, good effort! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best. Rodrigo with the short one. Rodrigo! Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And now they can spring out of defence. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. Zubimendi.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Vinicius Junior. Rice. Now it's Havertz. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, this looks sharp.
Havertz really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mbappe, and here's Rodrigo. Mbappe. Mbappe ploughing through the middle. Oh, he's been flattened there. Quality ball. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Away we go again.
Well, things just haven't quite clicked, Peter, have they? They're behind and they deserve to be, but they've had a chance to regroup now, so we'll see how they come out at the start of the second half.
Valverde. Rodrigo tries to pass it through. It's a threatening ball. Great chance! And a neat finish. They're back within reach. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs. And when you keep plugging away...
And the shot! Goal! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
Arsenal visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Oh, he's having a go! Smashing save, really good save that.
Madrid are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now it's Rodrigo. And it's Bellingham. Oh, that's and the shot! And that's a tidy finish! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Alexander-Arnold. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
No way through, so back it comes. Mbappe powering forward here. Valverde. And here's Vinicius Junior. Eze. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Rice. Gyökeres. Can he get on the end of this? Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, sweet feet. Rice. Bellingham. It's Vinicius Junior. And they're back on the ball again. Gabriel makes the interception. Timber. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And here's Mbappe. And here's Rodrigo. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Can he finish? And no, he couldn't find the finish.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Saka. And it's Eze. Aimed beyond the defence. Valverde. Saliba calmly anticipates. Havertz. Eze. Now Subimendi. And here's Havertz. And here's Saka. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. He's had it taken off him. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And it's Bellingham. Knocks it into chance, surely! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 3 coming up. Now it's Valverde. Rodrigo. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. And now a sudden chance to counter. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Now it's Rice. Valverde.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That pass isn't the best. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. Decent chance! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
It's really well read here, but having...
And he shoots! Oh, good finish! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? And that is as far as it goes. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Bellingham. Valverde. This is a promising build-up. And here's Mbappe. Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. And we have our very first corner. Rodrigo goes short. Lofted in. And now a sudden chance to counter. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is a key component, particularly in teams that play on the counter. Okay, you have the pace and the overlapping, but add to that his...
Havertz! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? Gyökeres! And that is doing no harm at all.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Great vision. Saka. Oh, important interception. Bellingham. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Rice plays a sharp little ball here. Brilliantly cut out. Oh, that's a key interception. Madrid, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Now that looks a decent ball, and he's picked out the run. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Madrid have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Nicely weighted ball. Gabriel.
Arsenal definitely like their pressing from the front.
Yeah, it's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Valverde tries to pass it through. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Passing nice and neat. Aimed at the far side. Raya claims it without any fuss.
This is the time you need that pace.
Zubimendi. And it's Zubimendi. Eze. Rice. And here's Havertz. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Mbappe picks it up out wide. And it's Alexander-Arnold. He's had it taken off him. And he welcomes it in. He's got away. Good read, needed to be.
Madrid really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And he's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bellingham. Zubimendi deals with that comfortably. Havertz. That's Eze. Arsenal are looking to break at pace.
Habrá
Bellingham.
2 minutos de descuento.
Valverde looking to play him in. Eze. Saka. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Madrid up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Madrid can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Madrid can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Threads one in. Vinicius Junior. He's shifting through, and the shot! And there's a goal! And this is getting better and better. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Bellingham. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Timber does really well to win the ball there. And it's Eze. That's a cute ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. And here's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Eze.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Now it's Saka. Rice. Bellingham. Aimed beyond the defence. Space for him to turn and look. Vinicius Junior's cross. Eze. Well, that is one way to stop him. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now the ball's gone astray. And the shot's on here. Oh, he's caught him in or out. Madrid have themselves a chance from the spot. This for genuine comfort. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Calafiori gets over and intercepts. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, well played, well played. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Camavinga. And it's Bellingham. Tchouameni. Knocks it into space. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. More and more pressure on the ball here. Alexander-Arnold. Rodrigo. Gabriel kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rice.
Madrid have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get it through? Well, played right into his path. That's the keeper's ball.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
It's a pretty loose pass. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Valverde. And he plays one, takes a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That is good strength. Gyökeres. And that's going wide left. He's in a great position here. There's the shot! Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Madrid really have hit the heights, a tour de force that has left their opponents reeling, and that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Vinicius Junior, very much the hat-trick hero. What an extraordinary game he had. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning.
I'm drowning into you. Light of heavens, our kiss is higher than the mountains. Wearing all the colors, and all the colors in you. Yeah. Let your colors shine through the darkest night. Love is sheer, love is sheer. Let your spirit rise in this hopelessness. Love is here, love is here. Dancing in all of the colors. Dancing in colors. Shining so brightly afar. Let it moon. Your love is so beautiful. Let us
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
So we're very much on the way now. And it's Valverde. Oh, he's looking to get away, but the defending is persistent, adhesive. Camavinga. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, it's the boy everyone is talking about. This guy, Rodrigo, seen by many as being one of the biggest Brazilian talents of his generation. Now, just think about that. I don't really need to add anything extra.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Chouameni. This is a promising build-up.
Rodrigo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Neither side especially adventurous early on. Shot a goal! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Alexander-Arnold. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. He's in a great position here. Now that looks a decent ball. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe. Can he get it through? Good ball, good take. Picked out brilliant. And the finish! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Madrid really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually, and it's been taken short. Now it's Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold has it in a wide position.
Madrid always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. Lovely pass, but can he get... And a chance! And it's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Yeah, but I think...
And he shoots! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Nicely weighted ball. No way through. And it's Bellingham. Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Rodrigo. And no mistake. Tchouaméni. Rodrigo. It's not an especially good pass, that. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Valverde. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Vinicius Junior. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Bellingham has it out wide and in space. Chance! Oh, good delivery, almost the perfect outcome.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Alexander-Arnold. Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. There's the shot! And he's stuck it away. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Tchouaméni.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
And it's Bellingham. It's Vinicius Junior. Rodrigo. And it's Valverde. Valverde. Rodrigo. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the referee has signalled for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we are back underway. Decent chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. So smooth, a signature finish. And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. They are playing them off the park.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to...
And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, nicely intercepted. Tchouaméni. And here's Mbappe. Madrid have their second corner now. Rodrigo plays it short. Very nicely done. And it's made its way to him. And now they can spring out of defence. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's been real chance! And that's a good finish. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Madrid still making a fight of this. Bellingham. Well, that is one way to stop him. Looking for the run. Now there's a fine ball. Tries a shot! And again! Goal! And they are right back within touch! Bellingham duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this?
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Madrid have hit up. Bellingham has been caught there. It's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Tchouameni. Now Eder Militao. Tchouameni aims beyond the defence. Good read, needed to be. Bellingham. Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Knocks it into space. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Just the keeper in his way. And a shot! And a neat finish! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Great chance! Well taken goal. They're back within reach!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Madrid may be down, but not out just yet. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Oh, super find. And he's certainly onside here. He's got away. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
And that is out of play. Tries to play it through. Skims one in.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vinicius Junior! That was superb goalkeeping.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Tchouameni, passing is crisp and sharp. Now, can they get him away? He's on it, can he get away? Valverde. Shoots!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, that is a nice touch. It's gone out for a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. 5 minutes to add. Played back towards his own goal. And here's Rodrigo. Valverde. This might spell danger. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Not too much more here. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
So we're very much on the way now. Now it's Camavinga. Nice defending, physical and effective. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Eder Militao. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, with this guy, Peter, Antonio Rudiger, you've got to think they'll be playing a high line. His athleticism and pace in recovery are both going to be critical. But I just feel he understands the art of defending better than most. No surprise, given his footballing education, of course.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Valverde. Camavinga. Both sides exercising caution for now. Oh, this looks sharp. Rodrigo. Eder Militao spots it and intercepts. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Eder Militao.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
And here's Rodrigo. Valverde. And it's Bellingham. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mbappe. Real chance! And he's done it! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Oh, that's superb. And he welcomes it in. Rodrigo. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Madrid are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Can he get it through? And he's running through. Can he finish? And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Good ball, good take.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's on it, can he get away? Vinicius Junior. Valverde! Now it's Camavinga. Tchouaméni. Rodrigo. Valverde. And here's Rodrigo. That's good play. And he was alert to it. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Tchouaméni. And it's Bellingham. Look at the space here. Vinicius Junior! And that has been cleared. Tchouaméni. Bellingham.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. And we've reached half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Madrid really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Rudiger calmly anticipates. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. So much time and space here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Quality ball.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Rodrigo. Eder Militao cuts it out. And it's Bellingham. Looking for options for movement. Rudiger. Valverde. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rudiger with the slide tackle there. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's neat. Now this shapes to shoot! Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Vinicius Junior is onto this. This one goes for a shot! Oh, that wasn't far away. Madrid have their second corner now. Rodrigo with the short one. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. That is a great pick out. Oh, that is a good ball. And the shot! It's a goal! Into the lead once more. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Great chance! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Alexander-Arnold has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. Camavinga. Now Eder Militao. Valverde. Bellingham. Now it's Rodrigo. This looks... Tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Madrid really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And here's Vinicius Junior. And here's Rodrigo. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And here's Bellingham. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Alexander-Arnold did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And he's picked it up out wide. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Now this could be a pivotal moment. Dying minutes, free kick, great position.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And here's Vinicius Junior. And it's Tchouaméni. It's a good... Mbappe! And that is doing no harm at all. Valverde.
3 minutos de descuento.
Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. The final seconds now. And it's Valverde. Stood up well to him there. Alexander-Arnold.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Tries to play it through. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, that's fabulous. And that was very necessary. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So, that was the second half.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next. Into extra time we go. Chouameni, Bellingham. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Valverde, given the lift of his goal. Camavinga cuts out the pass. Vinicius Junior, and he's intervened well there. Now it's Mbappe. Plays a sharp little ball here. Eder Militao. It's Bellingham. Vinicius Junior has created one goal already. Valverde. Rodrigo. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vinicius Junior. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe tries one from range. Oh, that is beyond special. A worldie and a half. About as smooth as it gets. They have retaken the lead in extra time. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Madrid have their lead. Vinicius Junior. And it's Diaz. Vinicius Junior. For Valverde. Looking tidy in possession here. Eder Militao, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That's been slipped through. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And it's Valverde. Chouameni. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! Two to the good, and they are... So that was it, the first period of extra time. So was this when the game was won? Logic and experience would certainly suggest that, but who knows what the game still has to offer. And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. Nicely aimed pass. And here's Mbappe. Valverde. The defender is not giving up on this. Rodrigo. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Rodrigo really needed to be much faster then, much more decisive.
It's a promising position. And they're quick to get it back. Rodrigo. And the pass is intercepted. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Valverde. Valverde cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Shoots! And that is well cleared. Valverde. Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. Now he's got space here. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, good take in a good area.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Madrid perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
We're up and running then. Shoots! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Vinicius Junior really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Now it's Camavinga. Oh, strongly challenged there. And now they can spring out of defence. Rodrigo. Bellingham. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Brazil have produced some of the best centre-halves around, and I think Militao is up there in that lineage, Peter. He's very quick and aggressive, and while he does have the odd mistake in him, or certainly did in his earlier career, he's maturing fast and he's easing that out of his game, and he can go all the way to the very top.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Valverde. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Bellingham. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Not too many have the power or indeed the accuracy from this range. Would he dare to have a go? Mbappe. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now it's Rodrigo. And he was quick to react. Camavinga.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Vinicius Junior. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And no surprise, that's a booking. Over to the right flank, and here's Rodrigo. Valverde! Oh, a very decent attempt. It's their second corner of the game. Rodrigo with the short one. And here's Rodrigo. Chance! Oh, the ball's come loose here. And that has been... And again! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, good spread. Valverde. And here's Mbappe. He's on it, takes a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Decent chance! And that's a good finish. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter.
Oh, what a mistake! No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. It's not an especially good pass, that. Plays a sharp little ball here. Valverde. And it's Tchouaméni. And the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Bellingham really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Rodrigo wants to run onto this. Madrid have their third corner. Rodrigo plays it short. Rodrigo! Very nicely done. Madrid are looking to go forward now. And he's picked out the run. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Vinicius Junior. And they're back on the ball again. Tries to play it through. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Real chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Valverde. Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. Here's onto this. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Bellingham. Knocks it into space. And here's Mbappe. That's a cute ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Looking for options for movement. Now he's running away. Madrid can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Could go all the way here. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Alexander-Arnold, not one to pass up the chance to run at the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and
Shapes to shoot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So their fourth corner of the game. Rodrigo goes short. That is lovely. Camavinga. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Tries a shot! Good strike, quite an alarm. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rodrigo, he's picked his way through. Cleared without hesitation. Tchouaméni. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Tchouaméni. Alexander-Arnold. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Eder Militao. And it's Valverde. Now it's Bellingham. Oh, super find. He is, and the shot! And he should have made them pay.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Valverde. Tchouaméni. Looking tidy in possession here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Mbappe. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Bellingham. Aims beyond the defence. Tchouaméni can clear it away. Bit too much weight on the pass. Valverde. Tchouaméni. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
He's shifting through the gears here. Now this could... And he shoots! And a neat finish. And again they hit the front. Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Now it's Rodrigo.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
It's a pretty loose pass.
That's good play from him.
Now that looks a decent ball. Rodrigo! Oh, that's a fine challenge. And he's heaved it away. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
Que acude a recogerlo a la puerta 26.